Previously in Let's Play Mega Man X6. Yeah, it's really like the game developers really wanted you to go after this Maverick first because, well, they give you a lot of important information, and he's weak to the Beam Saber. I mean, it's that easy, folks. It's just that easy. And now for the continuation. Salutations, everyone. Welcome back to Let's Play Mega Man X6. I'm actually kind of down in the dumps today because we're going after the stage that is the most annoying out of this entire stage. We're going after Ground Scaravich. Basically, Ground Scaravich, or Scaravich, is a dung beetle nonetheless. Besides that, we're at Central Museum. And here's the thing. I don't mind, like, some of the gimmicks they have in this game. I don't mind the gimmicks in Mega Man games whatsoever. I understand each stage has its own thing and whatnot. We've had psychedelic stages and everything else nonetheless. But this stage is random every single time you play this stage. You heard me. Random every single time you play this stage. Don't get me wrong, there are set locations that you can go into in this stage. And yeah, you can play this, they kind of play out similar nonetheless every single time you play. But the layout's slightly different. You may have this layout with me when you're playing along with me, but it might be different. There might be a bed of spikes right here. There might be something hanging from the ceiling, preventing you from going forward. There might, yeah, I don't know how to put it. Basically, the layouts are different. Sometimes you get into a different room there's like so many different rooms and whatnot. And here's the funny thing about this stage, the thing that makes this the most annoying. First off, there's an extra area in every single stage. A secondary area, as I like to call it. Basically, the secondary area is a random chance you're gonna get into that secondary area. And it's quite easy to just get into it if you find the location where the secondary area is. Secondly, there's also a heart tank in every single stage, as you guys should probably already know. And it's a good luck chance of you actually getting the heart piece if you manage to get into the room, nonetheless, that the heart piece is in. There's also basically an like Dr. Light capsule in the stage as well, and good luck at trying to get that in this stage because, again, it's randomized every single time. It's not like you can manipulate what area you go into next. No. It's random every single time you play this stage. And that's what makes it so annoying if you're trying to do a 100% completion run in this stage. And yeah, you're trying to rescue all the Reploids, trying to get all the capsule parts and everything else. This stage is absolutely annoying. I don't even know what speedrunners do because it's that annoying of a stage. The fact that you have to, 100% completionist, like speedrunners, I don't know what they do trying to go through this stage because, yeah, it's randomized every single time you go through this stage. I'm going to keep saying that. Randomized every single time you go through this stage. It is ridiculous, folks. The stage is not that bad per se, but it is absolutely annoying trying to go in and out of the stage, hoping that maybe you can get the heart piece, maybe you can get Dr. Light capsule, maybe you can find the rest of the Reploids that have some kind of item on them that might be very useful once you can equip items on your character. It's that annoying. On top of that, like that, yeah, if I didn't go quick enough to that guy, he probably could have got hit by the Nightmare, but they kind of pinched me in a one-way direction. Thankfully, I was fast enough, but there are certain times you might get into an area where you have to move quick, and yeah, they just pinch you out of the area because they just put a random platform there one time, but the next time you play it, the platform's not there. It's ridiculous. I absolutely hate the stage. I don't mind randomness in games. Heck, I like playing the game The Binding of Isaac. That's a very fun game, and it's randomized every single time you play. But that's a different game altogether than that of a Mega Man game where you're expected to go down a linear path. That all said, I mean, there's nothing wrong with this, and thankfully I got the heart piece there. Whew. But yeah, if you're playing along with me and you're like, this isn't right, I'm not going through the same stuff you are, you're right. Because you never know. Maybe you might get lucky enough to actually get the Dr. Light capsule, the heart piece, and most of the Reploids that have all the equipment on them right from the get-go, while someone else is playing and they have the worst of luck. They have the worst of the areas and everything else. I don't know, but I want to show off every single thing. I could have came here to try to get the middle part, or, well, the secondary area, what I'm trying to refer to, but it's not guaranteed. I'd rather go through Shield Sheldon's stage first to get the secondary area from his stage to guarantee me going after Nightmare Zero right from the get-go. Because, yeah, no matter what, the first boss in the secondary area is Nightmare Zero. If you don't rescue him or whatever, then it's somebody else. And yeah, I will show that off eventually. But yeah, all I can say is this stage is just ridiculous, and it's a nightmare trying to get 100% in this stage, especially if you're trying to get all the capsule parts and everything else, like I'm trying to do. So yeah, I will show off the other areas. I have spent pretty much most of the day recording this footage so that I can get all the areas recorded. Yeah, I'm saying most of the day because, yeah, it took me quite a while to, yeah, basically get all the areas looked at. Not to mention catch up on my other profile where I'm mostly playing as Zero. So that way I can keep up with everything else. And yeah, that final area there, that final head is ridiculous to hit because, yeah, they expect you to go into the bed of spikes. Here, after finally getting up to the Maverick himself, yeah, Alien finally makes contact with you going, "What happened, X? I didn't know what happened." Oh, but nonetheless, let's deal with a dung beetle. And yeah, he's weak to, well, Yammark's weapon. He's got a boulder. At least it's not, yeah, it's not dung. Oh. But nonetheless, yeah, if you're playing as Zero, to activate Yammark's ability, you want to press up and triangle on the ground. And yeah, or up and Y if you're playing on the Xbox like I am, because that'll automatically set out these shield things, much like what X has here. For X, yeah, just equip the weapon and you're pretty much solid. So I could charge up the weapon, but I feel like there's no point in it. And yeah, as you can see, he just keeps going back and forth. He's like, yeah. The bigger his boulder is, the harder it is for him to move. And yeah, he just, it's kind of a joke. All right, come on. Let me hit him. Nope. Oh, big boulder coming at me. Whatever. And yeah, that's doing a lot of damage to him. All right. Wow, he's got a big boulder. I have to give credit to this boss. It is kind of clever per se, but I did not like the stage whatsoever. And yet, yeah, this is me beating the Maverick and actually just getting his weapon and stuff. I still gotta show you the rest of the parts. So, yeah, at this moment I was like, okay, got the stage complete, good. Now I just gotta try to record myself getting to the other areas. Oh, that took forever, not only for my X profile, but my Zero profile. Oh, jeez. Oh, and I got Speedster from one of the Reploids I rescued. Yeah, you might end up missing that. So you have to go back and get Speedster, which is good because I can go back to some other Maverick stages and actually get some stuff, particularly Yammark's stage, and get some stuff. Perhaps, yeah, you know what, I actually did go back and went to Shield Sheldon stage and got the rest of the Reploids there as well, so. But as you can see, I ranked up enough so I can equip things, so yeah, I'm just showing you how I can equip things. Zero cannot, X can. But give me a moment, guys, I'll be right back showing the extra areas off. Alrighty, I'm back, and yeah, I managed to record myself going into a new area. So this is another area it could have potentially ended up at. And here, yeah, I had to go through this stage multiple times so I can rescue the Reploids, because if you're not quick enough in this area, yeah, the Reploids that you come across, they can get easily captured by a Nightmare. Look at me just race through, take the damage, and just move on, because if I didn't do that, that Reploid would have been gone. The Nightmare would have got to him, and that's it. he would have been possessed, he would have turned evil, and yeah, if I killed him then, he's considered dead. If I didn't kill him, he's considered missing. Either way, you would have lost him, and that's not good. There's no way of rescuing any missing or dead Reploids. So that's something to keep in mind. You definitely want to make sure you race in, take the damage, and just rescue them. It's ridiculous. It's not like Mega Man X5 where it's optional to go and get them. No, you definitely want to get these guys, especially if you want to 100% this game. It's quite ridiculous. Nonetheless, I got all the guys here, and I showed off this area. So that's one of the many areas, but give me a few moments, I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back, and yeah, I managed to record myself going into another area. So yeah, this is another area could have potentially ended up at, and yeah, each area has some kind of Reploid you have to rescue, more of those nightmare guys and everything else. Going in and out of the stage is ridiculous. There's the Reploid, so hooray, I got him. Where the other Reploid is, I don't know, but hopefully he's not in some... Oh, right there, he's right there, gotta go. And there we go. Sometimes you really have to be quick on that. Otherwise, yeah, those nightmares would have got to him, and that's it. It's ridiculous where they spawn these guys at. Oh, but you haven't seen the most ridiculous spawn location for these nightmares. No, not yet. That'll be the next stage. Give me a few moments, I'll be right back. Yeah, it took me quite a while to find this area here, but this is another area you could potentially have found. I was glad to actually have found it finally. It took me quite a while to find this, and yeah, this is another area you could potentially end up at. This is also the area, oh yeah, look at the spawn location here. Spikes right there. How ridiculous is that? Is there an armor that can resist spikes? Yes, there is. Do I have it? No, I don't. Do you see how ridiculous this is? Alright, I just take the hit so I can get past those spikes there. This is what I'm talking about, guys. This is the randomness of the stage. And if I didn't take that hit there, I wouldn't know how to get past all that. That's how ridiculous this is. Oh, but we haven't seen any more ridiculous stuff. There's some moments here. If you try to go through the stage as Zero Armor X, which is a viable option, yeah, you can end up with certain jumps that are impossible to make with Zero Armor X. It's ridiculous. Nonetheless, yeah, here's that guy, rescue him, and yeah, I just want to show off the rest of this area where you would go to continue the stage, but there's also that portal there for the secondary area. So yeah, this is the part where, yeah, and that's where you would go for to continue the stage. But I also want to show off the secondary area. I don't want to show the boss off in that area, not yet. I will show it off at the end of this video, but nonetheless, yeah, this is the secondary area. And the only thing I'm doing here is I'm just trying to get one particular Reploid. There's at least one Reploid in every single secondary area except for the Amazon. But that's another story. I just want to rescue this one Reploid, and I'm pretty much out of here. I'm just gonna kill myself and get out of here. You heard me, I'm gonna kill myself and get out of here. Not literally, just in the game, guys. In the game. I can't stand this. I honestly cannot stand this. Yeah, there's a bed of spikes right there. There's all those guys. Oh, it's ridiculous. I go back and I take on these guys. I just want to get that Reploid rescued. As you can see, 2 nightmares went after him. And no, I don't want to go through the door yet. I don't want to show off the boss yet. All I do, grab the Reploid, kill myself, and yeah, I do this continuously over and over again until I got out of here. But that's one of the areas, guys. Alrighty, guys. I'm finally in the last area that I managed to finally get. And yeah, this has the capsule area. Funny, the last place I got was the capsule location. Anyways, this is also part of the blade armor, so hooray. So we get more of the blade armor. Woohoo. Sorry I can't be any more excited, but as you can see, those nightmares were closing in on me. Even though, despite the fact that we got done with the cutscene of me getting it. When I was playing as Zero, though, one of the nightmares actually killed me after I received the armor piece. It's ridiculous. And even after this, I decided to backtrack and get certain, like, Reploids in, like, Shield Sheldon stage, and I went back to the Amazon as well, which I'll show you the other Reploids I rescued, as well as the extra area and who's the boss of the secondary areas right now. The reason why I didn't want to fight him and everything else. And some of you might know who he is right now, but yeah, this is ridiculous. Look at all these guys right here. Yeah, sometimes there's more nightmares in an area than ever. I'm trying to get that orb. Oh man, that guy's in the way. This is ridiculous. Oh, look at all these guys here. This is ridiculous. Yeah, my gosh. They just keep coming at me. This is ridiculous. Thankfully, I got all the Reploids here, so I don't have to worry about that. So, hooray! All the Reploids are gone. Woohoo! And yeah, that was all the areas. This is me exiting out because I hit all the areas. You heard me, I hit all the areas, rescued all the guys, got the caps piece, got the heart piece. Whew! That was indeed, and I'm not trying to make any puns on this, a nightmare to go through. But yeah, let's look at the total of guys I got here, and there we go. Got all the ones at Central Museum, so you've seen all the parts. Nonetheless, I also got them up to GA rank, which, if you have these pink items, are now equipable on him. You cannot equip any extra equipment, just the pink ones in that middle slot there. We also have these red areas, which I haven't talked about, but that's a nightmare effect now being played in those areas. And I'll explain more of them later, but give me a few moments, I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back, and I'm at my Zero profile here, just to show you kind of what I have. I have Speedster, and I also have this D barrier, which also doubles the length of my barrier. After, basically once you get hit, you have like a temporary invulnerable state. It doubles that, so. But nonetheless, I'm playing as Zero back here at the Amazon, and yeah, I got the Speedster ability, so I'm moving a lot quicker than normal. And yeah, this is my Zero profile. Basically, I want to show this off. The boss of the secondary area, we can defeat with X right now. With Zero, it's a little bit more complicated, and I will show that off nonetheless. Nonetheless, because we have the Speedster ability, I managed to make it up here and get a sub-tank. Also rescue that Reploid right there. That guy is very important, especially if you have the rank of GA or higher. Hopefully you got those Nightmare Orbs and you got yourself the rank of GA or higher, because then you can equip the pink equipment on your character. And that Reploid I rescued there with the sub-tank there has a very important item, and I definitely recommend it. It's almost like having a third sub-tank, guys. That's no joke. But as you can see here, I'm playing as Zero, trying to rip through all these guys, move through as quick as I possibly can, because yeah, this area here is quite annoying. Nonetheless, that's the ability we got with Ground Scaravich right there. Here's another Reploid right there to rescue, and down below is the secondary area over on the right side. As long as you're falling, you go on the right side. Here's the secondary area of the Amazon area, but one thing I wanted to show you is the boss of the secondary area, and basically I had to kill myself after this. As you can see, all my lives. I had to go through all my lives just to basically end of this, but I wanted to show you guys what the boss was in the secondary area. Basically, this goes with any secondary area. Oh yeah, look at that spawn location for that enemy there. Thankfully, he doesn't hit me out of the sky and just instantly kill me. We made it to the boss of the secondary area. This is the boss in any secondary area right now. I just want to show this off. And who's the boss of the secondary area right now? Why, it's none other than the person we met at the beginning of the game, and that is Hymax. Now here's the funny thing. With X right now, if you're playing as X, there's a way to defeat him right now, and basically it involves using Ground Scaravich's move on him. And that's all you pretty much have to do, is use Ground Scaravich's move on him, and you'll pretty much be good. For Zero, we can do the same thing, but it's slightly harder, as Zero takes double the damage. He doesn't have armor on. If I had Shock Buffer, I might be able to be a match with him, especially if I got some health in my sub-tank and whatnot. But I kind of want to show off some of the abilities that like Hymax has, how to damage him. And as you can see, yeah, he is quite ridiculous. We're no match for him right now. And yeah, you're going to watch me die. Yeah, I died again. As I told you, I'm not going to edit that stuff out. But yeah, I figure I want to show you just how tough it is right now with Zero to take on High Max. And this is the reason why I want to avoid the boss nonetheless here. If you defeat High Max, you can get to the final areas where Dr. Gate is at. But if you don't, basically, yeah, you just have to fight all the Mavericks and you have access to Dr. Gate. So what's the point of fighting High Max right now? There is no point. There absolutely is no point. Not unless you want to get to, well, Dr. Gate himself, but nonetheless, yeah. He is not easy. And as you can see, his level is 2. I mean, I could have fought him when he was like level 1, but even then, he'd still be just as hard. The funny thing is, if you get about half his health down right now, he does this thing where he goes to the middle of the screen, and then he just basically has like this orb around him the entire time that launches bullets at you at a rapid, fast pace. And yeah, if you're not careful, you're gonna die from that thing. But I wanted to show off the High Max fight nonetheless. I don't defeat him here. I ended up just losing and wasting all my lives. I just figured I'd show him off just to show you what happens now when you go to the end of the secondary areas. You don't get to fight Nightmare Zero, no, especially not as Zero, but that would have been awesome if you could. But yeah, you just fight High Max, and by defeating him, you have access to Dr. Gate's area. So if you want to beat the game quick, beat Nightmare Zero and beat High Max, and that's about it. But the only way to beat High Max is with a weapon. But nonetheless, this was the next episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. So until the next episode, guys, you guys take care. I'll see you all in the next one.